So there must be finds everywhere for you. Everything is
Well,
a piece of art.
if you know, it's not like if you're building a rock wall and you're looking for the keystone. Visually you can very quickly figure out what rock you need to complete the job. And with this, there's always one piece that stimulates the idea, and then I've learned what kind of shapes are available from discarded furniture, and I try as infrequently as possible not to alter what I find with my own saws. I mean, I have a band saw, a chop saw, a table saw, and all that, and a grinder, but I try not to disturb the patina because I like that to show through, and so when I use paint, it's only to give it a little bit of contrast, but not to totally obstruct and occlude the worn patina that's from age or from the elements.
So you must be driving or walking and then find a piece.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh gosh! Oh, look at this.
As you can imagine, if I'm doing this for 9 years and I'm retired.
You have an inventory, do you?
Someone asked me what my work area is like, and it's kind of like the staging area of D-Day on the east coast of Great Britain. So there's a lot of stuff laying around, and I walk by it from different angles and perspectives, and all of a sudden I'll see what this can do, and I move ahead with it, and in rapid order they're put together. And the hardest thing is putting things together so that they don't fall apart. And so the acid test is if I can get it from my studio to the destination and not have it come apart. So I've learned what I can and cannot do with glues, and a lot of these things are reinforced from the backside. I don't like any screws to show visually from the front, so they're all sort of hidden. So you don't really see the nature or the manner in which I've made attachment of the component pieces. But
there's some great pieces there. I definitely see the same way when I see pieces of different things. I'm a bit of a hoarder kind of collector. I haven't found the artwork to place it in yet, but I always look at it and go, that would be good for something.
Well, I met a woman who was from Camden. She went to Bennington College. Her name is Ann Slocum, and she was an assemblist like I consider myself now. And even though at 92 she was still operating a bandsaw in her studio, she just, I don't know, it was under her children's prompting, but she kind of passed the torch, and I inherited sort of like some of those letters behind you on the windowsill there. She gave me a whole collection of those, and what I learned from her experience was I was running out of alphabet. And she said, well, you have to cut those in half because there's letters on all sides. And if you attach the block intact, you lose all the opportunity to salvage some of the other letters on the other side. So with the remaining pieces I have, I've been cutting them in half so I can expand my lexicon when I do that. And there's actually a piece in the show down at the library of a dog with his tongue hanging out, where it says hot dog because the dog's trying to cool itself off with its tongue. And anyway,
so tonight is your...
No, it was last night.
Last night?
And unfortunately, the attendance was thin.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
But I met a lot of the principals and the staff there, and supporting members in the community. But I was able to walk them all through the pieces and explain to them how many sources each piece was taken from, because it's rarely is there a piece where I've been able to get every component piece I need from a single source. Usually it comes from, and I do marry driftwood with man-made, man-handled pieces of wood.
Yeah. And these pieces are for sale. People can go down and purchase them?
And if you want to give them my website, it's andrebenoit-art.com. There's quite an inventory of work there, and a lot of, unfortunately, I haven't indicated which pieces are available there. Fortunately, some have been sold and some are in exhibition elsewhere. But I tried to bring work here that was more terrestrial than marine-based, but when I'm showing on the coast, and I show from Magunquit to Winter Harbor, so wherever there's a venue that enjoys showing the type of work I do, I've been able to put some work in there. So
That's fantastic. I love your work. I think
thank you.
it's very interesting.
It's a full-time job.
Well, good for you, right? And it's never work if you enjoy what you do. Andre Benoit, and we appreciate you taking the
thank
time
you for
to
the
be
invitation.
here.
And if anybody has questions, they can reach me through my website.
Fantastic. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I appreciate it. Oh.